This little girl looked naughty, but she was actually a math genius. This boy was doing the math, cube root of 8-digit number. Just a quick glance, she immediately knew the answer. 256, she said. The boy was extremely surprised. He thought she was just guessing because she was only 5 years old. He was still a bit suspicious. He went on to give a calculation, 256 cubed. This time she also said the correct answer. Why was she able to calculate it quickly? Just looking, the answer appeared in my mind, said she. After that, the boy gave her another question. This question was much more complicated. 785 x 45,675. What is the result of this calculation? The boy asked. She immediately picked up the board and looked at the calculation. Just a few seconds later, she immediately said the answer. Looking at the answer, the boy was extremely amazing. He found out she had a natural talent. He then talked about this with her parents. Your daughter is truly a genius. At first, her father didn't believe either. In order to prove what he just said, the boy immediately gave a calculation. But she told him that, if you want me to answer, you have to give me a coin. He also happily took out a coin. She then looked at the calculation, and she immediately got the answer. The cube root of 512 is also 8. That amazed everyone, so her father dared to believe that his daughter was indeed a genius. After that, her father immediately took her to school and told the teachers about his daughter's math skills, but these teachers won't believe it. Then, they immediately gave her a calculation, the cube root of 10-digit number. But unexpectedly, she was very calm and told the teachers that they should erase all separating commas. If not, that would distract her when calculating. Then, she picked up the chalk and wrote down a series of numbers. Seeing the answer, the teachers and other students applauded to congratulate her. Excellent, she was like a mobile machine. Her name is Sakuntala Devi. Devi also quickly realized her talent not only received praise from everyone but also made money. Since then, she and her father went to perform math everywhere, and they were also loved by many people. Certainly, they also made a lot of money. When growing up, she made a decision. She wanted to go to London, England, because she heard that there was Royal Math Team. She wanted to challenge the professors of mathematics here. Devi was given 5 math questions that were extremely difficult. One calculation was a multiplication of two 13-digit numbers. The rest were the calculations of the cube root. There were many professors from different fields attending. Devi was extremely calm. She quickly wrote down the first answer. She had completed these 5 conundrums within 20 seconds. Devi's talent spread throughout London. She was also invited as a guest of famous television channels in London. Then, Devi attended a contest, but unexpectedly, she had to compete with a computer. The contest started. The first question is the cube root of 9 numbers. While the MC was still checking the answer from the computer, Devi gave the answer immediately. After that, the computer just began to show the results. It seemed that this question wasn't too difficult for Devi. The MC decided to increase the difficulty. The next question is a cube root of 16 numbers. Devi has been thinking for a long time, but still couldn't get the answer. But the MC looked excited. He said everyone was watching this show. Devi didn't care about him. She thought this question was wrong, but then, the computer showed the answer. The MC ignored all of Devi's explanations, and immediately stopped the show. Devi was furious and helpless, because she believed in her calculating abilities. That made her cry a lot. The next day, everyone wrote letters to Devi. They did that calculation and found that the computer was wrong. Actually, Devi was right. She not only had a genius mind, but also dared to challenge powerful people. And Devi quickly received many awards from around the world. However, Devi was engulfed in people's praise too much and gradually lost herself. After that, she loved and married a handsome man. She then gave birth to a daughter. But Devi wasn't satisfied with the mother life. In her mind, the applause from the public always shone up when she clapped her hands with her daughter. When she taught letters to her daughter, the math questions also appeared. Therefore, she decided to continue pursuing the mathematical path, and then she took her daughter away. But her husband strongly opposed. Even so, she decided to leave. She went around the world, and began showing her talent. But gradually her daughter no longer felt happy. Devi didn't take her daughter to school, because she thought that going around to understand the world were better than going to school. She even wanted her daughter to succeed her. However, her daughter completely disliked math. She was also grown up, so she began to feel disgusted with the life that she had to go everywhere with her mother, and she wanted to get rid of her mother's control. Then she also had a boyfriend, and wanted to start a new life with him. Before the wedding, she said this to her mother, but Devi didn't want her daughter to leave, because she has made a future plan for her daughter. She wanted her daughter to be like her, and inherited the future math career. I have planned for our life, Devi said. I don't want you to interfere my life, her daughter also said. They argued fiercely. they didn't eventually have common opinion. Her daughter also left. Devi could only stand there and watch. This was the 2001 math competition. Devi was known as a calculation machine. Viewers were looking forward to Devi's performance. The MC started asking questions for Devi. What was the cube of 121? After thinking, Devi immediately gave the answer. But when checking the answers, the MC realized that her answer was wrong. Then she immediately corrected her answer. The next question was the cube root of 12-digit number, but Devi couldn't find the answer. When looking at the screen, she only saw the scene where she and her daughter were arguing. Her natural talent wasn't as good as before. "Sorry, I have a headache," she said. But the MC and the audience didn't believe her. People were extremely frustrated. That made Devi confused. She wanted to call her daughter, but she didn't pick up. After that, she went to her daughter's house, but she refused to meet Devi. Her daughter didn't want to meet her, and her talent was also lost. Therefore, Devi felt extremely impotent. A week later, the daughter and her husband were planning for the future. But when rechecking the bank account, the daughter found out she had a huge debt. "Your mom sell out all of your stuff," her husband said, "and you still have to pay a huge debt." She couldn't believe her mother did that. She felt very angry and wanted to sue her mother. If she won this case, her mother could go to the jail. The daughter was unable to calm down. She just wanted to take revenge on her mother. However, in the court, Devi had received all the mistakes about herself. That made her daughter very surprised. A few days ago, Devi went back to her hometown in India. When she saw her mother's relics, there were many her photos inside. There were even articles written about her. For many years, she just pursued the fame. However, she forgot relatives who always silently watched her. Therefore, her tears fell. Devi cried like a baby. So she made an important decision. She wanted her daughter to sue her. Just like that, she could have a chance to meet her daughter and apologize to her. "I know I'm a bad mother. I'm really happy when meeting you," Devi said. She also talked very frankly with her daughter. The fame made her mistake. She ignored the precious things around her. She decided to give up everything and accepted criticism from her daughter. Finally, the daughter also understood her mother. She gave up this lawsuit and returned to her mother. The movie based on a true story. Shakuntala Devi is one of the greatest mathematical geniuses in the world. She told us her life. The famous will never replace family's love, because the people who are always silently watching and helping you when you have problems can be only your loved ones.